to the World of Ability Podcast Network. And I am Emily Gomer, and I have Kara Musgrove here for the TDC Today Show. I guess several updates. I can share my screen here. In like 11 months, the Invictus Games is going to be happening in February of 2025. I believe February 8th through the 16th in the Whistler, Canada area. And the Disability Channel is going to be doing the majority, if not all, of the coverage of the Invictus, which is exciting. And so I am going to share my screen here quick. And so the Invictus Games is like the Paralympics, but for injured and wounded veterans. So I am right now. I am on the invictusfoundation.org, and recovery through sports, esports adventurous challenge. It's funded in 2014 and it's in 23 nations. 500 community members, and 5. It started by Prince Harry. It's right here. And so here are it's where we change lives and save lives. And so the just for servicemen and women collaborate to provide opportunities for post-traumatic growth, enabling those involved to reclaim their purpose, identity, and future beyond injury. So here's some other information. Some other people have been part of it. To invictusgames.org. But I see we have Ellen here. So, Ellen, you want to come in here and say a little bit about who you are? I know you are a veteran as well.
I'm happy Saturday to you, Emily and Kurt, and Spirit of the Game. Thank you so much for having me. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me? I don't hear you. Okay,
yes, we can hear you.
Yep. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm Alan from Southern California, or rainy right now, rainy Southern California. Had a great weather here. Happy Easter to you all. I'm Alan, and I specialize in connecting business owners, entrepreneurs, and consumers with unique and innovative resources. In short, I call myself a human search engine. I love to collaborate, connect, and network. And yeah, check me out and learn more about on my No Card, where it's a no kids, no chaos, no politics, and just love sharing resources that can be of value. And as shared, I am a veteran, served my country proudly from 87 to 90. I was 13 Bravo. So hats off to all veterans. And I take care of my amazing wife with mental illness, so I call mental wellness, so eradicating poverty, educating on financial literacy, and any mental health stigma is what I do. So love to have a one-on-one. Thank you so much for inviting me to the Spirit of the Games, and Emily and Kurt and the rest of you. Have an amazing Easter weekend. Thank you.
Would you like to come in here and say anything about anything with the Disability Channel, Invictus Games, anything like that?
I mean, with the Invictus Games, the Disability Channel is, in the mix on the media coverage. The idea of the Invictus Games is to share out, first of all, it's to have this nice competition, between servicemen and women, that are injured or wounded. So yeah, it's like the Paralympics for injured, wounded veterans. And, so the idea is to share this out around the world so other media outlets can, inquire with us here at the Disability Channel and, look to be involved and provide some extra coverage out to their audiences. So we can take those inquiries. My phone number is 262-372-1754. And my email address is Kurt, Kurt, at projectdiehard.org. So, Emily, what is Project Diehard?
Project Diehard is a veteran-owned, veteran-run nonprofit that is headquartered in Paducah, Kentucky. And they are all about serving and helping our veterans, especially during the transition between active duty and civilian life, and also to combat the veteran suicide rate, veterans of military suicide rate, which unfortunately has been going in the wrong direction as of late. And so Project Diehard several years ago was a 10,000 square foot building on 20 acres was donated to Project Diehard several years ago, and which is in Makanda, Illinois. The building and the land is in Makanda, Illinois, which is more or less just over the border into Illinois. So Project Diehard is looking and has been renovating this building to be able to house 12 veterans and 12 single veterans, and then a couple of veterans with their families for up to a year to get the any help that they need and so on with the transition or any other help that they may need. And so and it is called the Forward Operating Base Rush. And Project Diehard is looking to have one of these facilities in every state. But we need to get this first one up in Illinois up and going first before we move on to any others. But for Project Forward Operating Base Rush, each of the different locations is going to be named after somebody who has lost their life to suicide. And so the Forward Operating Base Rush is currently open for like day programs and so on. Currently open just for day programs and so on. but it still needs more work and renovation in order to be able to house veterans. And probably lost my train of thought there. But so they also have a podcast on Monday evenings called PDH Mission Monday. So I encourage everybody to be able to support Project Die Hard and the Disability Channel in any way you can. And we just met him a couple of years. Met Brian Gibson, who's the founder and president, a couple of years ago. I've been working with him ever since. And this is a very important topic. I'm sure everybody gets the help they need. I mean, especially our veterans. So, Alan, Kurt, you have anything you want to say about Project Die Hard before we move on to another organization?
Well, yeah, I just want to say that, I had the honor and privilege of meeting with Kurt, Brian, a couple weeks ago when another veteran needed assistance. I shared that on the 22-hour podcast that Zach Clayton did. So I can honestly say that Brian Gibson, his mission for helping veterans decrease that number is, I want to give a personal testimony to say that I'm honored as a veteran to know that things of this magnitude is out there. And thank you, Brian. And just wanted to share that before you move on. Yes, Project Die Hard is something I fully support, 110%.
I know, Kurt, you're an ambassador, along with Sue's also an ambassador of Project Die Hard. And so we're always looking for volunteers, investors, any way you can help. So, Kurt, do you have as ambassador, do you have anything you'd like to say towards Project Die Hard?
Yeah, Emily, if you could continue on with the background of Project Die Hard and the ambassador program and your history with Project Die Hard, and then I feel that you're remiss. Sue just connected here. I know she's working on however she's gonna jump into this conversation, but if you kind of set the stage for all of it, that'd be great.
So I think I've sort of touched the big points of Project Die Hard and getting their background. But yeah, so we were just talking about Project Die Hard, and I was saying a little bit about the background and so on. So, do you have anything you'd like to say about Project Die Hard, since you're an ambassador too, along with Kurt?
All right. I'm just checking in here. Are we live streaming out on this one right now? We are part of TDC Today Show USA, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to catch up. I've been having some major connection issues on my end. I finally switched and I'm using my phone here. So she said we are talking Project Die Hard. So I am an ambassador with Project Die Hard, and we do a podcast every Monday evening. It's our PDH Mission Monday update. That is always at 6:30 p.m. Central, and we do our best to have some guests on there that are relevant to the mission with Project Die Hard. Mission being the suicide prevention. We are all about providing hope to veterans. So I'm not sure what you guys all covered at this point. What can I add to the conversation about Project Die Hard right now?
Well, I just said about how it got started. It's headquartered in Paducah, about the building and the land, and that we're looking to have one in every state. And it's all veterans, especially during the transition, and about combating the unfortunate rise in the veteran/military suicide rate. They're looking to kind of combat that, and so just kind of a little bit about that. And so, and before that, I mentioned something about the Invictus Games and stuff. So that's all the farther we'd gotten before you got on here.
All right. Well, did we have an introduction for our show already? Otherwise, I can backtrack a little bit here and lay some groundwork here of what this show is.
I had a little bit of an intro, but yeah, so if you want to say yours, I mean, we're gonna better intro from my end.
Disability Channel here. Disability Channel, or TDC, is out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and this is all about showcasing abilities. TDC is committed to providing quality digital media production services, education, and employment programs by and for persons with disabilities and veterans. TDC offers digital media production, video production, post-production, social media, and podcasting creation, production, and support. TDC offers education and employment programming, which includes digital media courses to persons with disabilities who are unemployed and underemployed. TDC also offers community partnerships. Through partnerships and sponsorships, community partners and organizations become ability champions by supporting media created by and for people with disabilities. So that's where we are happy, proud, and privileged to be part of this wonderful organization and to be producing the TDC Today Show USA here in the Milwaukee area, and joining up with friends across the country and across the world. And I see we have Alan on here. So glad to have Alan joining us as well. So just wanted to see what is happening in the world of Alan today. What's going on by you? How are you?
Oh, I did share a little bit, Sue, but just want to let you know, nice to see you as well. It's actually raining out here. I think that it's about 52 degrees to 53. I said, what in the world is going on? It's supposed to be springtime, and so. But other than that, I'm just hanging out with the incredible Emily and Kurt. Just been watching the screen here and kind of letting my wife know that I see that Kurt posted Happy World Bipolar Day. Didn't know that was here, but I appreciate it. It's, for those who don't know, that bipolar is actually two of them. My wife has mania. There's bipolar 2 and bipolar 1. And bipolar 1 is a little a bit different, but the very fact that they're collectively having a bipolar day, I want to say to each one of you, those who are kind of going through that, I want to just say we support you. We love you, and we honor your presence here on World Bipolar Day. Thank you, Kurt, for posting that. Brother from another, Sue and Emily, always here to support Atlanta. I'm stop yammering now, as always. Sue, thank you so much. Be careful out there in driving in the great big world called where you are. See, I make things up as you go. Thank you. I love you guys all. Thank you for allowing me to be here today.
We're always glad to have you here. As the master connector that you are, we definitely appreciate you and all the things you do. We found out about being World Bipolar Day because of the shakedown. So we are on at 12 o'clock noon Central every day doing the shakedown, which is 15 minutes of music and motion. And at the end of that, I mean, we do simple moves, just literally shake. It's a shakedown because the guy who started it is a percussionist, and we made shakers. We can do homemade shakers. You can use maracas. You can use whatever you like. But it is literally shake. A lot of it's just shaking in different ways. We do swimming. We do basically like pretending you're doing canoeing a canoe or hitting a baseball or whatever. It's simple motions, and everybody adapts to the way that works best for them. but it's an excuse to get moving. So getting that blood flowing, getting those muscles moving, it's a good thing to do. And everyone is welcome. We're happy to share out on request. We're happy to share the Zoom link. They're not posting the Zoom link out there for the general population just because we don't want to end up in that whole world of Zoom bombers and all that. So we are happy and welcoming to anyone who would like to join us, though. So if that's of interest, just reach out to us. We really would love and encourage to have more people on there. And at the end of it, every time we have Mark doing his piece, which has become one of my favorite things, where we find out all the things to celebrate each day, because there are so many, national holidays, world holidays, all these things that are unique to the day. And today happens to be celebrating all things around bipolar, and that is something a lot of people don't know that much about. I mean, I think most people have heard of it, but don't really know much about it. So I appreciate you sharing more details too, because I'm in that same boat of, I kind of know a little bit, but I don't know that much, So it's great to actually have that excuse to find out more. So I appreciate what you shared, and that Mark brought up, that's what today is, and amongst a bunch of other things too that today is celebrating. But I definitely appreciate you with that. And I would have to lean on either Kurt or Emily to pull up what the other items were, because I don't have that list in front of me right now in the car, so sorry. But there were quite a few things to celebrate today. So I do see we have Marianne joining us as well. We are on TDC Today Show USA, and we are nearing the end of this piece. But Marianne, before we end, I do want to turn this over to you for just a moment to say hello, because we always love having you here. So if you can join us and just give us a quick hi and what's happening in your world as we are wrapping up this piece. Thanks for being here, Marianne. Welcome.
Hola. I'm Marianne of YPP. I'm the author of the Acts of Kindness series featuring 200 folk manus puppets. My books are written for animation movies with sign language characters. Following up with Leon McLaughlin, he'll be joining us later. He was in Hawaii, and he got to meet Auntie Renee, who is the main character, Auntie, and two of my books, Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully, which were coming up to Easter, and Pono the Hawaiian Polo Pony. And he also met singer Lucy Lynch and her husband Matthew on World Water Day, so that was a success. And my week is Matthew sent me over the MP3 soundtracks for me to start working on some videos with the puppets, especially with the song Love is the Only Way, which we usually play. And I also had a opportunity to speak with Algelita organization, Captain Moore's organization in California, who's recognized in the book, Underwater Acts of Kindness, where he originally recognized the Great Pacific Garbage Patch between Hawaii and California in 1997. So they love my website. They have posted it on their website as well, making the books available. So I got to tell them our updates of what we're doing and inviting them to be on the World of Ability podcasts. And so I got to share my story with about a dozen people who were part of their organizational kind of workshop for, I want to say employment, but it was just a great networking. I joined it at the end, but I had the opportunity to be the book author, share the story that, again, all classroom teachers in the United States of America can receive copies of my books from donorschoose.org. And we're editing some of the books right now. We had to add some pages, so I'm working with my Fiverr team. They'll be uploaded. And I created the Polo the Pony t-shirt. And Leon will share with us too. He brought back Waterflow the Whale, who was shipped to the Aquas Hotel with the mini horse puppets, Pono the Hawaiian Polo Pony. He did a photo shoot yesterday, so I'm excited to see the photos. And hopefully I suggested to him that they put him on the front cover of that Gold Coast magazine with him and his captain's hat, with his nice jacket and the filters, and with embracing Waterflow the whale puppet and an article inside. So we're just brainstorming and networking. Last week I missed you because, well, it's spring break here in San Carlos. We have 140,000 people here. Oh my gosh. So
That's a party.
Last week I was blessed. Our apartment complex here, we had two amazing families with children from Chihuahua, Mexico. Chihuahua, sorry. And they were the cutest teenagers and little ones, so polite. They celebrated birthdays. I made them hot dogs. We swam in the pool. They were so polite. They knocked on the door and they'd have their cell phone to translate to Google. Do you have a speaker? And then I'd have to translate back. No, I don't. Do you have a blender? Yes, I do. Okay. And then the little ones. And so they came in and cleaned my apartment for me, and they got to see the television, and I put on Lucy's music, and we were singing Love is the Only Way. I can just imagine how many people are going to love our books and the animation movies. And we cut up plastic 6-pack containers for soda and cerveza to show them we need to cut up the plastics. I got the landlord here to set up different stations for plastics and aluminum so that we all follow order. And we just had a great week. So I was really exhausted. A couple of days of back recovery here. And we're back at it again because it's all week long. We have a new set of people here. We have students from Wymus University. So one's going for dental school, one's going for chemistry. And so it's a little low key. It was a little late last night. I'm doing okay. I used to be a spring breaker, but all is good. So I'm working online right now with Fiverr, uploading some of these additions that we have to do. So go out and play on spring break in San Carlos. 140,000 people. I'm staying home. And it's overcast. It's cloudy. It hasn't been cloudy here in I don't know how long. So I'm really surprised because of the weather. But it's not a hurricane, Sue. That's okay. It's not a hurricane.
It's a good thing. Excellent. Also, we're always so happy to have you joining us, Marianne. Thank you for being here and providing those updates. And we are wrapping up our TDC Today Show USA episode, but I want to also quick say hello to Erin Avila. I see you are hopped on here as well. We're so glad to have you joining us as well. Do you want to say a quick hello and let us know when you're tuning in to catch your podcast?
Yeah. Hey, well, hello, everyone. Emily, thank you for remembering me. I appreciate that. My sister Emily, and Sue, your brother as usual. And, it's great to work with you. Kurt, you're awesome too, bro. But, I want to say, she's making such huge impact. What you do, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I mean, we all have our gifts, right? We all have different ways we help people. I'm impressed. But I don't know, in case you don't know, I'm sorry, Sue. In case you don't, I am Aaron Alva. I am CEO and founder of Stroke TV Media. I'm also 14 years post-brain aneurysm and stroke. And this Wednesday, got a real great show. And every Wednesday, 9 a.m. is my podcast on Stroke TV Media YouTube. But it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Aaron. And we are wrapping up our TDC Today Show USA episode. My name again is Sue Roscoff. For Kurt, Emily, and for all joining us here, we've got Alan, we've got Marianne, we've got Aaron, and we've got Earl hopping in here as well. We're so glad you guys are here. World of Ability follows next, so stay tuned. We are going to say goodbye to all things TDC for now, but we'll be back here next week, same time, same place. We are always here at 1 p.m. Central on Saturdays. So glad to have everyone joining us. We appreciate you so much. This is Easter weekend, so to all those who are celebrating, I wish you all a very blessed and wonderful Easter. Thank you again. We'll see you next time.
Recording stopped. or I'm late to the ball game.